And sometimes we need to just take a step back. We need to take a breath. We need to refocus on Him. Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Coffee with Connect. We get together on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30, and we get into God's Word together with our coffee. And my mug today is Goofy from Disney World, and it's orange, and I'm wearing orange. And so, yay! I hope you're wearing orange, and I hope that you've got your coffee and ready to get into God's Word as we're going to continue through the book of James, chapter 5, and we're going to pray, read, think, write, and do. We're going to take that 5-step process through God's Word, and we're in the last chapter of the book of James as we've gone through the entire book up to this point. And so we're looking at verses 7 through 9. I hope that you've prayed and asked God to open your eyes through the reading of His Word today. And so if you haven't, push pause and pray, and let's jump into reading together. James chapter 5, I'm in verses 7 through 9 in the NIV. It says this: Be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and spring rains. You too, be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near. Don't grumble against one another, brothers and sisters, or you will be judged. The judge, capital J, is standing at the door. So, as we think about this, James, he is really beginning to wrap up the book of James by reinforcing some of what he's talked about throughout all of the chapters, but now he's got everything kind of layered underneath what he's talking about right here, knowing all that he's talked about, right? Doing what the Word says, watching our mouth, and how powerful our words can be, loving others through our words and our actions, and calling out sin and favoritism, arguments within the church, battling the temptations of the enemy, and the urgency to share the gospel and the good news with others, and other things throughout that, if you go back and watch all the episodes. But in all of that now, all of those things, be patient, he says. Be patient and endure. Stand firm until the Lord's return. Let the Lord work through all of those things, because we're not going to master all of those things in one reading of the book of James. So we have to be patient. And I love the farmer analogy he uses, right? See, a farmer doesn't give up on their crop if they plant it today and it's not there full grown tomorrow. They're not like, well, I guess this didn't work. If it doesn't come up after the day after they planted, they do what? They wait. They continue to water. They continue to be patient and watch it grow. And we are not patient with God's process. We're just not. Some days we are, and other days we're not. We forget that the Christian life is exactly that it's a process, that something that I was struggling with and was going through years ago is something that has maybe been worked through and processed through, and I've grown, and I'm a little bit bigger, bigger person, a bigger Christian, a bigger plant at this point in my life. And sometimes we need to just take a step back. We need to take a breath. We need to refocus on Him. We need to refocus on His ways and not our ways. So what's God saying to you through all of this? Where have you grown? Or maybe do you need to take a step back, take a breath, and really evaluate and look at that? Where do you need to grow? See, it's about His ways and not ours. So what do you need to write down for yourself? What's God saying to you through all of that? And what do we do? Well, going through all of what James has talked about and looking at everything that's there can be tough. It is tough. There's a lot of things there that are just tough. And when things get tough, it causes us to be less loving, less patient with others, especially to our fellow believers. And James is reminding us that we can't be complainers and grumblers, right? The last part of this passage, we're like, don't grumble against one another, brothers and sisters, or you will be judged. The judge is standing at the door. Sometimes Christians are really good at complaining, and that makes it really hard to be loving to others, which is what should be actually the defining trait and characteristic of us as Christians, is loving others. So let's remind ourselves of that. Let's take a breath. Let's be patient. Let's stand firm. Let's watch what God does and watch him work as we grow. So thanks for joining me. I hope that you'll like the video. You'll subscribe to the channel. Share this with someone that needs it. You'll join me again here next time so we can have our coffee and connect to Christ, community, purpose, and God's word together. See ya.